Everyone, it's Norma. I'm back. I just finished doing my empties for December 2017, and so now I am doing my candle empties for January 2018. And as I was hauling away my old candles, I realized I forgot to talk about two of them, which is, I know, I had so many for December, it's just amazing to me. But I did burn two of Christmas Stroll from Kringles Candle. Beautiful label, very classic. And I was really hoping I was going to like this one. The notes are pine, balsam fir, sweet moss, green spicy, winter air. I remember they had some different scent notes on the website where it was supposed to remind you like a Christmas stroll, you know, during like a town that would like really get up for Christmas. Kind of think of like those Hallmark movies, Lifetime movies, where, you know, they're in a small town and the whole town is decked up and you're walking through the air and people have mulled cider and they're buying their Christmas trees. You know, it's snowing. It's supposed to evoke that type of feel. So I love the nostalgia of it. I think the label's very beautiful, classic. But I couldn't get what this candle was about, to tell you the truth. I know a lot of people love this candle, and if you do, I'm glad you love it. For me, Kringles Christmas is where it's at. This, I was just confused about. I wasn't sure what I was smelling. I mean, I picked up a little bit of pine. It almost smelled like a soapy pine to me. You know, maybe that was the spices. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I had two of them going and I could barely smell them. I didn't throw it in my crock, and maybe I should have, because maybe if I had done that, something would have come out to tell me what the candle was all about. But yeah, for me it was a fail. Like I said, I do know people in my candle group, more than one, that actually love this scent. For me, it just didn't work. So there we are, Christmas Stroll. So let's put this one away and then we'll get on to what I was burning in January. Okay, so I did burn two more Kringles candles, and both of these did well for me. One is hot chocolate. This was one of my very first Kringles candles, and it is still a favorite, even though it's not a scent that I burn all the time. I mean, I basically will burn it in January, and that's probably it. But it threw like a champ in my great room. I had it on my coffee table. So every night, you know, when I was getting ready to relax for the evening in front of the TV, I could smell this fabulous candle. I love it. And this one is Welcome Home. I've talked about this one before as well. This is kind of like a cinnamon bread candle, but it's not a sweet candle. There's no like sugar in here. It's more like just cinnamon bread. And it did well for me. I had this one burning in my computer room, just one, and a lot of times I have to burn two in that room. Just one was enough to really scent the room. It's kind of in the background. But then I put it in my crock, and holy moly, it threw incredible. Now in the crock I did get more of the cinnamon versus like the bread first and then the cinnamon, but it did really well, and since I like cinnamon, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, both of those Kringles candles did really well for me. And another Kringles candle that I absolutely love is Cozy Cabin. This one will always be a staple for me. You know, a lot of people compare it to Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, and it's similar, but it's not the same. I think that one's a more in-your-face marshmallow scent. This is much more subtle. There's really no marshmallow in it. You have the warm maple, brown sugar, cedarwood, cinnamon bark, firewood, vanilla bean. I love it, and I've always had good luck with it. I did review this when I first got it, and it's like one of those scents that, you know, it kind of sneaks upon you. It starts out light, and then it builds up, and it builds up as you go. It does better by itself. For those of you who think it may be too light, if you're burning it with a ton of other candles like I do, try it by itself. I had really, really good luck with the tea lights in this scent. Unfortunately, I didn't have any this year, and they don't have any online either, so I don't know what's up with that. But I know Kringle is going to be debuting some amazing newness soon, and I think they are bringing the tea lights back, but I hope they're as the same quality as the tea lights before, because I've always had really good luck with their tea lights, and I absolutely love the scent. And look at that label, people. Look at that label. Cozy Cabin. Okay, I did burn a lot of Yankees as well, because, you know, Yankee is the majority of what I have in my stash, and I have like hundreds. Yeah, hundreds. You heard me right. Hundreds. Don't ask me for a collection video, because I won't do one. I don't have that kind of time. So I'm trying to work through my Yankees, and so buttercream, perennial favorite. I don't think it really needs a lot of introduction. I always like this scent, even though it is always tends to be light, but I find it a nice blender candle, because I do burn multiples, and I find, you know, just their basic buttercream, French vanilla, even the vanilla cupcake, they're always just good to have around, because they go well even if I'm burning some florals. So if I want to shake up on my florals, you can never have too much vanilla in your life, as far as I'm concerned. Peppermint Bark, I bought this one. What year is this? Let's see, 2012, and I think it's the first time I burned it. I don't honestly remember if I burned it before. I don't think so, though. I think it's the first time. And surprisingly, this one did fairly well for me. It wasn't super strong, but I could definitely smell it in my open space. I was burning it with the Kringle hot chocolate, and you could definitely get a little bit of the mint with the chocolate. So I know it was throwing. I was burning this one as well, Snowy Holiday. I've had this one before. I even reviewed it. This one is basically, it's a writing jar, but it's a dupe for Frosty Air that used to be out in the main line. And it's a vanilla peppermint smell. I think it's a nice blend of vanilla and peppermint. I actually really like this scent. The first time I burnt it a few years ago, it was in my computer room, and it did better there versus in my open space. But I had it burning with, you know, Peppermint Bark, and this one as well, Jack Frost, another peppermint vanilla smell, although this one is much more strong on the peppermint, I think, where this one is a little bit more vanilla. It's a better blend, I think. But yeah, so I had the peppermint going on with the chocolate. I also had hazelnut coffee going. This one was more toward the end of the month in January, and I was shocked at how well this did, because I thought when this one first came out, it was rumored as light, and then it was discontinued. And I bought it because my sister wanted a coffee candle, and she actually has this in display in her kitchen. She's never burnt it. And then I bought backups, you know, in case she wanted more. But so it's the first time for me burning it, and it threw well. I mean, like I said, in my computer room, I usually burn 2 candles. I only had this one going, and I could smell it. But because coffee scents aren't really my jam, I was kind of getting tired of it, especially because we had a little bit of a January thaw, and it was like, oh, I started getting in the mood for spring. So I put this in my crock, and holy moly guacamole, this thing filled my entire condo, and I could actually pick up the hazelnut note with the coffee. It did really super well in the crock. I was shocked, because not all my candles throw in the crock, you know, so I'm finding that if it's a zero delight thrower burning, it tends to be a zero delight thrower in the crock. If it, you know, burns a medium, it throws a medium in the crock, and if it burns strong, it throws amazing in the crock. So I'm finding the crock isn't the magic fix-it-all, but it's a good way to get through some candles that I can't smell or I'm not enjoying. And if I do enjoy the candle, I can really like bathe in the scent when I throw it in the crock. So I'm still learning how to use my crock, and you know, what I like to put in it, what I don't, what level of candle do I put in it. I still can't really put a full jar in it. I have to have it at least like, well, at least here maybe. But so, yeah. Still can't quite get over that full jar thing, but I'm trying to get there as I'm trying to get through my jars. So, we got 3 more Yankee candles. And these were Bedroom Bathroom Golden Sands. Classic. I love this scent. And I just think it's one of the most beautiful candles. The label's gorgeous. You know, the old label anyway, when you could see the full beach and the seashell. The peach colored wax is gorgeous. I have reviewed this one before. Now, as you can see, as I got toward the end, my wick went all the way to the end. It roamed. So I was lucky I caught it. And look at all the oils. Look at that. If I could have moved that wick back, but I was like, you know, I'm tired of it. I'm ready for something new. This one, I didn't have a problem with the wick roaming at all. Clean burn on both of them. I had 2 of them going in my bedroom. It was a little bit lighter than I like, but I did have, you know, some votives to help boost the scent. And it's still like one of my favorites. Now with it, I did burn a new scent that came out this spring for Yankee 2018. This is Sun-Drenched Apricot Rose. This is in the Very Glass. Why, oh why, candle companies even make candles in this style is beyond me, because it isn't the best burning for performance. You know, you have this glass that is wide at the top, more narrow at the bottom. One wick, and because it's wide, it takes forever to pull out. You usually have tunneling. I mean, here's an Henri Bendel candle. It's exactly the same thing, except this is frosted, this is not. Same exact form. And they always perform the same. Although I thought my Henri Bendel did a little bit better than the Yankee Very Glass. New scent for spring 2018. I really like it. Sun-Drenched Apricot Rose. I find it to be a nice balance of apricot and rose. Unfortunately, in the Very Glass form, no throw. It's not scentless because, you know, if I burned it and I stuck my nose over the jar, if I was like a foot away, I could smell it. But I really needed to have the votives going if I wanted to smell it. But it's a nice scent. I like it. I also had the Henri Bendel, what scent? What scent is that? Dark Rose. This was a new one that they came out with in 2017. Some people say it was a replacement for Velvet Oud. No comparison. Velvet Oud, which I'm burning one right now, throws like a champ. Beautiful, unique scent. This was a really watered down version of that. I'm not even sure if it's a watered down version of Velvet Oud. It was just a watered down rose scent, and I think for those who find rose scents too heavy and overpowering, which they can be, you may like this, but for me it was probably a pass. I have one more that I may get around to burning next year, probably not this year, but well, maybe this year. But yeah, it was like, I'm glad I tried it, but I wasn't really a huge fan of it. Okay, and then we're going to end up, oh, no, not end up, because I got one more after these 3. Bath & Body Works during the semi-annual sale came out with their Sweet Shop collection. Yay! I know a lot of people were excited. I actually missed it the first time it was out because I started with Bath & Body Works. I think it was that fall of that year, so I missed it. I did have a frosted cupcake in my collection, but I had never burnt it because it was my only one, so I was glad to actually burn it. And as you can see, I ended up crocking mine because it was just like, I'm wishing I'd gotten like a couple frosted cupcakes, and I got a couple of those honey cinnamon whatever ones that they're in my car ready to exchange. I wish I had just bypassed those and just gotten these 2. These 2 are the ones that were getting all the buzz. Lavender Marshmallow and Raspberry Peach Macaroon. And in my opinion, they were both worth all the hype. I love both of these. I wish I had gotten more. Unfortunately, the sale came at a very bad time for me when I was away from home during semi-annual sale. So I did order a few online, but it was just bad timing for me. If I'd had more time and more of my thought and more cash, I would have bought more, believe me, because I love both of these scents. Both of them burnt well for me. I did end up crocking my Raspberry Peach Macaroon halfway because my wicks were starting to spread toward the end. They weren't this bad, but they were getting there. And I was really curious to see how this would do in the crock because I really love the scent, and it did fabulous. So yeah, I actually like both of these scents, and I hope they bring up the Sweet Shop collection back again in the future so I can stock up more, because when I finally did have a chance to go to the store and go shopping and I wanted to exchange my honey cinnamon crumb cake, all the stores in my area were out. So yeah, out sad about that. Okay, so we have one more. This is another Voluspa, Amaranth, and Jasmine, and this is actually the very first Voluspa candle I bought. I was in a Jasmine kick, I remember, like a couple years ago, and so that's why I picked this one, and I thought the tin was gorgeous. And when I first got it, I wasn't crazy about the scent. I'm not exactly sure what Amaranth is. I have seen it in other like higher end candles. But believe it or not, I actually liked it once I really burnt it. I tried it a couple times in my bathroom when I first got it. I was like, I'm not really that into it. But I did burn it in my bedroom, and I liked it. I could smell it, which was that's always a plus if I can smell it. And it was nice. It was, it was different. I guess, right now I'm just kind of in the mood for something different. I have a huge stash of candles, but a lot of what I have are just like the same candles. Like I just stocked up on my favorites. And even though they're good, even though, I always love them, it's just like, sometimes you just want something different. So this was different. So I did enjoy it. I don't know if I would get it again, because there's so many other candles out there to explore, but I did enjoy it more than I thought I would, so that's a good thing. So there you guys have it. That is what I was burning in January 2018, and I had fun today picking out some new candles to burn in February. So I still got some rearranging to do, and I haven't changed out my accessories yet, but hopefully I'll get to that soon, in the next couple weeks. And so yeah, there you guys have it. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed day.